Good morning from Rebel Spring Farm in Hancock County, Tennessee. Today is planting day. So we have 11 of the Green Giant Arborvitae that we are planting. This is the first mass planting of the farm, one of many. We're going down the lane, this is Lynch Road right here. It's called Lynch Road, so we're going to go down the lane and have this planted, and then the next thing that we're going to be planting are some pawpaw trees right along there. And the most interesting thing happened yesterday. My cousin, who is 74, she came to visit, and we were going through the barn. We were talking about the restoration of the barn, and she said originally my grandfather had pawpaw trees down there, and I had never heard that in my life, but I knew I wanted pawpaw trees down there. And I just think that's so, what a coincidence that I would put the very same tree back where my grandfather had it. So yeah, this is how we're starting out the day. The sun is shining. It is not quite 60 degrees. Linnie and I are going to try to put this little shed thing together today. Yesterday, she got two of the garden arches together to go back in the bird sanctuary. So we need to put two more of these together and get these up and get this little shed up for the tools. And then looks like tomorrow they're going to be starting on the barn. The barn restoration will start tomorrow. That is going to be such a glorious, glorious day. We're so thrilled with that. But I will come back in just a little bit and give you an update on all that we've gotten done today. But here goes the first hole for the first tree. So exciting. The area that we're in here in East Tennessee, we're about an hour from the Smoky Mountains. Most of you all have heard of that. It's where Dolly Parton is from. But if you'll see, look at the smoke. This is why it's called that. I know there's a scientific reason for it. Some of you all may know, but this is why it's called the Smoky Mountains. Smoke on the mountain. There it is, right there. Look how beautiful. Such a beautiful day. The water coming out of my spring right down there. You can hear it. It's flowing down into the Powell River. All that water. So all of the holes are dug. They're wore out. John and Don are worn out, but the holes are dug. All but about 3. Yep, they're working on the last 3 plants right now, but this is just about to be a finished project, and they just look so good. Now we are concerned about the deer, because deer love these arborvitae, and I do have a predator protector set up, but we're crossing our fingers and hoping that this is not a very expensive deer buffet. So what you thinking?
If we have climbed down from up here, which that would move this bottom out to about right here.
Right, that's fine.
Straighten it up. And do the same on that one. That puts your barn back up straight and makes it we will not know what damage it does that you can't see.
That's right.
And you said you just want to make a museum out of it?
Well, the first part right there. The first room that you kind of go into.
Because these right here.
Wow, look at that. Yeah, it's just on the ground, isn't it? Yeah. It is completely on the ground, except for that one stone right there on a rock. Yeah.
We take these boards off.
Uh-huh.
Redo that.
Uh-huh.
And get that up off the ground. Have you got any cedars that you can cut, or do you want to buy?
I think there's cedars over there.
A little bitty.
Okay, so we'll have to buy them.
Either that, or you want 6x6s, something.
Something substantial.
That pressure tree at 6x6 will outlast us.
Well, then let's do it. I don't want to have to fix this barn during my lifetime, so at least make me live to 100. So can you make it last 40 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
Them,
we're in business.
Them 6x6s last longer than that.
Okay. Well, just so my kids have to do it the next time.
These right here, we can still use every board.
Oh, yeah.
It would just be sitting down a hill about 12 inches.
Yeah, no, I think that's...
Then we have to go on this other side.
Yeah.
Where the other one is.
Yep.
Bring it down to match where it be straight.
That's right.
Then you still have your original barn.
Right.
With the original wood.
That's right. That is. So the original plan was to take a dozer and stand it back up, basically, but there was a chance that the entire barn could collapse. So John, being brilliant, came up with this idea, which I absolutely love. And are you ready to get started?
Yeah, I'll figure it tonight and tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
Me personally, I recommend you put them 6x6s every 10 foot apart.
Uh-huh.
That way when we build that sill back up to raise your barn back up,
uh-huh,
everything will be off the ground.
Good. I highly recommend that. I highly recommend that. Yeah. Well, I'm just excited. Like, I can't wait for the first phase.
Did she say she has some railroad ties?
I think she said that, but I'm not sure.
Them would make.
So what you're looking at here is the little shed that I showed you earlier, and Linnie ended up putting it together by herself. I had to leave to come back to Franklin, and we just simply ran out of time, but she got it up and it looks absolutely wonderful. The next group of pictures that you will be looking at is actually when the work on the barn started. So this was taken the first day, and then at the end of the video, Linnie will do a walkthrough and sort of describe more about the barn. But enjoy the photos.
Good morning, everyone, from Rebel Hollow Springs Farm in East Tennessee. What you're looking at here is our barn stabilization project. As most of you probably remember, we had this barn cleaned out about 3 weeks ago in totality because the barn itself had shifted approximately 3 or 4 feet, and we needed to get it stabilized so that we could get it in working order. So Michael Pittman and his crew, they have come out and started the stabilization. You're looking at 24-foot 6x6 beams down the side of the barn. And then these posts that you see coming down from the rooftop, those are stabilization posts, while the new line posts, if you will, there's 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4, 5 new line posts to catch this wall. While those set up, these posts down in the dirt are what's holding on an angle, are what holding that wall up. And then the wood that's on that wall, it'll be moved and placed to the outside. So instead of dragging the barn up with a chain and a big crane and pulling it back the 3 or 4 feet that it had slipped, we came up with a plan, John did actually, that it would be easier to re-stabilize it and straighten up the barn if we pushed it out a foot. And so if you move into here, this is our alley 3, where you guys have seen a lot of stuff with the stalls. And we have a lot of materials still laying on the ground. And again, if you look up, you can see those 24-foot posts and the stabilizations that they have put in while those set up. Because it's the weekend, they're not here right now. Okay, so continuing on with our video here. Again, because it is the weekend, the guys aren't here, so we have these posts to stabilize, and they're actually running through the stall. And if you look down in here, this wall that adjoins alley 2 into alley 3, there's a good 3 or 4 foot distance in between the new line posts that John has put in. And I'm just going to go around this pole really quick. I'm sorry about that. And that wall itself. So you can kind of see how far the barn has actually slipped. And these poles that are stabilizing it go all the way up to the top of the roof, as you can see. There's also been some brace boards put up here on the roof, and some cross beams for stabilization, because as John told me, by the grace of God, this barn is still standing and the roof is still on, as there were no braces to attach the roof to the walls. So these are some temporary braces that have been put on while these poles set up, and while John straightens up these walls. And we've had to take down some tin over here. This wall over here has new posts for it as well that are gonna kind of push it forward and straighten it out. Apparently at one point that was our hog pen, and this is where that horse trailer was parked, if you remember correctly. So anywho's, this is the big project going on the farm right now, and you can see how bowed out that wall is and just how far this barn slipped. Okay, so our main goal and focus then is to get the barn stabilized. Once John has the outer wall, which we saw the posts, alley 3 and alley 2 straightened up, he's gonna come down here, and you can kind of see this these posts that were hand milled. They're very cool, so we're gonna try and keep them. You can see the bend in them from the barn shifting and the weight of the barn leaning towards the street. A lot of these barns were built in the day with these big rocks to keep the milled woods up out of the ground, the logs that they used to build them. So once it's stable on that side, John will come in and straighten this side up as two. And then one of the final things that we're going to need to do before we can actually put a roof on is we're going to have to build, oh my gosh, I can't think of what it's called at this point. It's the arch to go over for the roof on alley 2. And I can't think of the name. It's a truss is what it is. Anyways, so we'll get a truss built, get the barn stabilized, and then we'll be able to put the roof on. And then we're going to have some really neat projects that we're going to take it in stages and get done in restoring this barn. But our focus right now is stabilization and not losing the history of this barn on this farm. Okay, you folks, have a good day. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks
Bye-bye.
so much for watching our videos. We appreciate all the support that you give to us here on this channel. And we also have Kentucky Garden Gal Facebook page. We have a Patreon account just for the farm. And I will put all of those links in the description and on the screen. And if you don't care, would you give this video a like? Make sure you're subscribed. And if you want to drop a comment, we would love to hear feedback from you.
Sure would. Be good to have support.
Yes, and we'll see y'all in the next video.
See you later. Have a great weekend.